back to the Command and Man Center, part 2, where we actually, get out and draw. Look, anime, makeup, Monday video on a Tuesday night. So let me let you guys get, let me see if you guys can see that. Zoom in so you can see where we are at so far on this picture. You guys see, we working our way down. You understand me? What way is supposed to go on this ink situation? We need to come with the ink all the way through the words down to right here, fam. So we got a lot, still more ink to go. That's why we're gonna come back and do some more. Today we're gonna get the top of the words, and then we're gonna come back on our other episode and get the whole list of the bottom of the words in ink. So yeah, just to let you guys know where we at on the picture. So yeah, we're gonna be giving this away, man. So yeah, y'all listen, man. When something, I'll tell you what, I know this for sure. Whoever get this picture, man, you ain't gonna hear it. You might take it back if you want. You ain't gonna hear the end of it, man. Who drew that, man? Where you? Oh yeah. First they gonna think it's a first they gonna think it's an actual they gonna think it's an actual poster first. Then when they get up there, you ain't gonna hear the end of that, man. Man, who drew that for you, man? Can you think they could get me one in? You understand me? Tell your friend to get in contact with my friend. See your friend, yeah. You ain't gonna hear the end of that, man. I'll tell you right now, man. Yeah. So we on this ink. At the top. So we're gonna try to get this top done. Yeah, like I said, man, hope you guys are doing great, man. We got these new, let me see if you guys can see where I'm at, videos jumping off next month, man. It's gonna be kind of exciting, man, taking these trips, you understand me, to these local, you understand me, stores, pricing these, games, man, you understand me, and I'm pretty sure Chinaman's gonna be, got something good in store for you guys. We don't know what money, gonna do for first-person shooter night tomorrow night, but state, man, whatever you do, man, that guy phenomenal in first-person shooters, man. You understand me, man? You should be on the team, man. Yeah, man, you better what? Yeah. I tell you what, I wouldn't want to go up against them on first-person shooter. Check that out. You understand me? Yeah. Go back to our last video when we was playing Call of Duty, the new one. And man, I don't think that guy even lost a match on there, man. I think he won every match. Yeah, I was like, man, you won every match, man. When we was playing something else, you won every round. I was like, man, you ever thought about joining a team, man? But you know what? That's all he does, man. That's all he does, man, is play first-person shooters, man. That's all he ain't lying, man. That guy, man, professional first-person shooter gamer. Let me tell you that right now. It's over with. Yeah, man. So we're gonna take a look at something that he's going. You know, those guys had to step out for a while, and they got their stuff taken care of, so they are back in demand. You understand me? I knew they wasn't gonna be gone for long anyway. You understand me? With that little business they had to take care of. Let me get some paper so my hand won't get all inked up. Yeah. When you dealing with this ink, man, you want to keep you a piece of paper on the side so you don't smear the ink. Yeah. Or it don't get all over your hand. I learned that the hard way. You did, man. Yeah, like I said, man, it was hot today out there, man. Let me tell you, man, y'all make sure y'all drink a lot of water. Don't get out there and get overheated. Man, it's easy. It's more easier than you think it is today. It's hotter than it is these days than when I was coming up, man. What? Understand me? One can truly say we are experiencing temperatures we've never experienced. You did, man. It's crazy, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Experiencing temperatures. We take a look, like I said, Saturday night, race night, at the original Cruising USA, man. Yeah, I forgot them guys, man. We took a look at Cruising Blast a couple of times on the command center for the Nintendo Switch. The guys out at Raw Thrills, yeah, they remade a couple of they remade that four-player Turtles beat 'em up. They remade that game, man, and then it's another Turtles beat 'em up. It's cartoonish looking. I don't know if wrong. I think they may have made that one also, so they may have two redo Turtles games. They redid the Cruising. They call it Cruising Blast, though. Yeah, see, that's the new Cruising USA. But Cruising USA was already a blast from day one. You understand me? You did when Midway brought it out on the Nintendo 64, man. You understand me? Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you guys something, man. Just like these games are hitting you today, that's how they hit when they originally came out. Now, Cruising came out in arcades first. Cruising Blast, I found out later, came when Raw Thrills redid the game. They brought it out in the arcades first. These guys are some of the only guys that are still making arcade games to this day, man. I mean, making new arcade games. Not a lot of companies are making new arcade games, man, unless they're what we call what do we call them games? Redemption games where you win tickets. They're really not arcade games, man. You know what I mean? Those games are really not arcade games, man. I mean, not the ones we're talking about. Those, we call them redemption games. You know what I mean? Like, you go in there, they might have a shooter game. You might have to hit so many things in the shooter, the new Transformers shoot 'em up game. That's more like it's on rails. That's more like a redemption game to us. You know what I mean? I'm talking about something you gotta push the buttons and do the work. You understand me? The fighting games, them are not redemption games because you got to put the work in. You understand me? On Mortal Kombat, the arcade games, Tekken, them games, you got to put the work in on them games. You know, them ain't redemption. You ain't winning no ticket. If you lose, you lose. You did. But all them little bowling games and ain't nothing wrong with them. You understand me? They just not. Some people I see they call it art. They might say, hey man, come on over here, we got an arcade jumping off, and then when you get in the arcade, it's all redemption games. No, this ain't an arcade, man. You understand? You don't, where Street Fighter at? Where Mortal Kombat at? Where the pinball machines at? Where the driving games at? You understand me? Yeah, man. They got all games that you win tickets off of. They might have the UFO catchers where you put money in and try to get something with the crane. You understand me? Yeah, man. Them ain't arcade games, man. I'm afraid to tell you that, man. Yeah, those are not. Don't call them arcade games, man. I get offended when you call them arcade machines. Yeah. Them are not. Them redemption games. You understand me? You're winning something. You're winning tickets. You understand me? Really, there's really no strategy to it. You understand me? You put a quarter in, you see how much you can get. Whether you win or lose, you're still gonna win some tickets. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, whether you win or lose, I see arcades. Well, what they call arcades on YouTube like that, and you click on it, you go in there, and they got all redemption games, and you're wondering, man, why did they call that an arcade? Yeah, man, that's not arcade, man. That's a fun house. You understand me? It's a difference, man. You understand me? If I say I got an arcade, when you come, it's gonna be racing games you sit down in. We got some Tekken over here. We got some Street Fighter. We got some Mortal Kombat. We got all the fighting games. We got all the racing games. We got some pinballs over here. We gonna put them in there. It's arcade with pinball machines. You understand me? Yeah, but come on, man. Man, the game that you take the balls and you throw them and roll the balls up and try. I forgot what that's called. Skee ball. That's not an arcade machine. Yeah, that's a redemption game. You win tickets from that. You know what I mean? Every arcade, that I went to that had one of them, you understand me? They also had arcade machines, though. You understand me? But they might have had one of them skee ball machines. But you go over there, you win tickets. You understand me? Most of the time, you see a skee ball machine, you gonna win tickets, whether you lose or not. I don't even know if how that go, but you gonna win some tickets, whether you make it or make any balls or not. You know what I mean? The question is, how many tickets are you gonna win? You understand me? What are you gonna win? Because you're gonna win something. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's no lose situation with that. You know what I mean? Yeah, don't call them an arcade game though, man. You got the wrong meaning, man. An arcade game could be a pinball machine. Yeah, because you got to put the work in. You got to push them buttons, man. You got to rotate. It's some skill in that. You ain't winning no tickets either. You understand me? Yeah, pinball machines ain't easy. I'm gonna put them in there. Racing games, you guys that you stand up or sit down. You understand? It don't make no difference. You gotta play that, man. You gotta hit them gears on some of them. You gotta turn them corners yourself. You understand? There's some strategy into that. You know, fighting games, I ain't even gonna talk about it. You already know what it is. You already know what it is, man. You understand me? I showed you what it was on that Mortal Kombat. With that ground freeze and that forward ray. You understand me? With Sub-Zero. You understand? Yeah, he wasn't playing no games on there. We take another, like I said, we go through that Super Street Fighter Championship edition. It's crazy, man. This Fight Night Friday night on the arcade machine. I'm gonna tell you something. It's different on the arcade machine. You understand me? Yeah. You might can beat the copy that came out. Can you beat the arcade machine though? You understand me? Yeah. It's a little bit different. I ain't playing by the same rules on arcade. You understand me? There was a code too that I see. I'm gonna try to get that code again, man. Get it to you guys. That works on Mortal Kombat 2, the arcade machine, Mortal Kombat 1, and Mortal Kombat 3. So if you ever run into the machines in the center, you can put this code in with the buttons on the machine. You guys gotta hit them in a certain sequence, and you can get into the menu and everything. Yeah, man, it works on every machine too, man. Yeah. So you might be out with some friends. Y'all go to an arcade, you see a Mortal Kombat machine, you get them codes, put that codes in, you all in the menu. You can get it's some kind of way you can get it. You can play free if you know that code. I'm gonna get them codes, man, and I'm gonna probably have them Fight Night Friday night. And this Fight Night Friday night for the Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. They work. Each one works on each Mortal Kombat, the arcade game, no matter where it's at in the arcade. Yeah. Put this code in with I think it's with the start buttons. It's with the start buttons. It's in the start. Yeah, it's with both of the start buttons. Yeah, or both of the select buttons. Yeah. But yeah, on player 1 and player 2 side, I'm gonna get them codes and I'm gonna have them on Fight Night Friday night. And I'm gonna give them to you guys. We're gonna actually put one in, so you guys can see for yourself. You guys can see for yourself. These codes, Ed Boon and John Tobis, they implemented these codes in Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, the arcade machines. Case they was out one night and they went, so they could show off to their friends. So yeah, man, the Mortal Kombat codes, man, for the arcade. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I knew about certain Mortal Kombat codes for systems, but I never knew about no Mortal Kombat code for the arcade. You understand me? Luckily, nobody didn't, man, because, man, I can see the free games jumping off. I can see the free games jumping off right now, man, because these codes allow you to go into the menu of the game and set it to hard or what all that. And there's a way you can get to the free play and put the machine on free play. So yeah, with these codes, and it works on every machine. I don't care if it's a Mortal Kombat machine and it's running the ROMs, that code's gonna work on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know. I found this code out because I watched John's Arcade, and John was fixing. Shout out to John's Arcade, man. He raw, man. Yeah. Anyway, we waiting on you to come back, John. You understand me? Come on back, man. Make some more videos, man. But anyway, he was fixing them. He was restoring a Mortal Kombat 2 machine. And when he got it fully restored, a lot of people know John's Arcade. This is a famous YouTuber. When he got that arcade machine restored, he went for a playthrough. Oh man, he could not play Mortal Kombat. But anyway, yeah, sorry John, but you can't, man. You suck at Mortal Kombat. But anyway, he put some codes in that I never knew about. I'm like, man, what? Yeah. He had the codes for part 1, part 2, and part 3. And I got them written down. I might have them on the machine in the back. And I implemented them in my machine when I heard about it, and they work. Yeah, I was like, man, on the arcade machine, and I'm gonna tell you something. If you got those games for systems, that code may still work. I'm not for sure on the systems. I never tried it on the system games, but on the arcade machines, they work. Yeah. In case you ever out, and it's a Mortal Kombat, you see a Mortal Kombat machine, part 1, part 2, or part 3. You will know it's code, man. You understand me? You put it in there, you ain't even got to put no money in there. You playing for free. They're like, man, why you do that with that? Yeah! It's all types of stuff you can do with it, man. You can make the machine play the music. It's all types of stuff. I was like, man, I didn't never know. Luckily, nobody never knew that, man, because I could see. I'll tell you something, man. These guys, man, when them games came out, knew a lot about the game that nobody didn't know. Like, we didn't have the internet to tell you to tell you no fatalities and nothing back in the days when them games came out. But these guys, a lot of guys already knew the fatalities and stuff. I'm like, how do y'all know all that before the machine even come out? You understand? Yeah, it's crazy, man. I never found out how them guys found all that stuff out, man. But yeah. And then the book come out later. With all the moves in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think if I want to say some of the I don't think the arcade game had the fatality moves on it. One of them did. One of them had some moves on it. I don't think they were the fatalities though. Because nobody actually even knew that game had fatalities in it, especially until somebody pulled off one. And I'm like, oh my God, I told you guys we almost didn't have Mortal Kombat, man. Yeah, man. We almost didn't have that game, man, because it was too violent for the day it came out. When that game came out, it was violent. It was considered super violent, man. Parents did not want to buy nail one of them games for their kids, man. But I guess that made the game popular, though, man. You understand me? Yeah. I remember the first time I seen that game, I thought it was a movie. I was like, what did you play? Is you playing that? Yeah, I thought it was a movie, man. Because most games back in the days were cartoonish or 3D-ish looking. And that game had real people, real people. You know what I mean? It was different looking. For when it came out, it was different. It was real looking. You understand me? Yeah, you gotta think about the day we playing this in. Ain't no games looking like them games. You understand me? Them games are looking real because they got real people in them. You understand me? I remember they made a spinoff. This game came out with a Jean-Claude Van Damme look-alike. We took a look at that game on one special look at that game. It was called Pit Fighter. It came out in the arcades. It had a look-alike Jean-Claude Van Damme guy as the star character of the game. And a lot of people, a lot of old school gamers know this game. I used to see a lot of people playing that game at the arcades. That game didn't play right to me, man. You could not do the moves right on that game to me, man. I mean, man, I could never learn the moves consistently on that game. You understand me? Not to say, and I think that game's made by Midway too. Yeah, I think that game's made by Midway also, man. We took a look at that game on a fight. Was that a Fight Night Friday night? It was either a Tuesday night arcade night or a Fight Night Friday night. I think it was a Tuesday night arcade night. We took a look at that game for one of the systems, I think. Yeah, for the Sega or the Super Nintendo. Yeah, but man, yeah, that was a hit in the arcade. A lot of people liked it, that game. Because it kind of like Mortal Kombat looked. You know what I mean? Then a lot of games started looking a lot of people start going for that realism look. You know what I mean? That realism Mortal Kombat look. You know what I mean, man? Yeah, man. Now they finna wear it out. You understand me? Here they come, man. Like, man, come on, man. Quit copping on people, man. Then we got that, what was that? With the dinosaurs. We took a look at that. Took a look at that game, Primal Rage, on a Tuesday night arcade night, I think. Yeah, took a look at that game on the Blaze Blue arcade machine. I remember. Yeah, Primal Rage was a hit, man. That was a huge hit, but I didn't understand why that was a hit. You just fighting games with a dino. I did not get that. Just because I didn't get it though, don't mean nobody else didn't get it, because apparently a lot of people got it, except I didn't get it. I just didn't have no appeal of being a dinosaur fighting, you understand me? Just like that Neo Geo fighting game with the dinosaurs. You tearing up the city while you fighting. I forgot the name of that game too. It was a hit. A lot of people flocked to that game, man. I guess it was Simple Simon. It was easy to play. It's another game like that where you tear up buildings. You tear down buildings on this other one. I don't forget the name of that one. But yeah, man, with the dinosaurs, and I'm like, man, I just didn't have no appeal with being a dinosaur fighting against another dinosaur. That's just me though. Apparently it was a hit because it came out for the systems, and a lot of people were waiting on them games to come out, just like they was waiting on Mortal Kombat to come out. And Tekken and all the other games to come out. Yeah, man, that was crazy, man. I'm just thinking about older games and how far we have come today. I come from a day when you had to move your man to know who you was. Man, which one am I, man? Okay, move. Okay, oh, that's me over there. I come from all the way back then to now. You know, now your game in 4K 60 or 4K 120. Yeah, you don't got no problem knowing who you is now, you understand me? But I come back all the way back from Pong days. If you heard of the game Pong, that was one of the first video games that ever came out. I come all the way back from Pong to today. So I've seen video games come a long way. You understand me, man? Let me tell you, man. I come from the Atari 2600, the ColecoVision, the Intellivision. These are systems you probably ain't never heard of, man. The FM Towns Marty. Yeah, man, Super Nintendo or regular Nintendo wasn't even heard of. The NEC PCFX. Yeah, man, the Odyssey, the ColecoVision. Man, yeah, man. These was, man, back in the early 80s. I want to say 88, 88, 89, 87, yeah, 88, 89, something like that. Probably before then. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, this is a long time ago. I come from a long history of gaming, man. I remember Mike Tyson when it first came out for the for the regular Nintendo. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was a hit! Man! Oh my God, that's one of the games that got me back into gaming. Cause I had left out on gaming for a while. And then when the Nintendo came out, they had Mike Tyson's Punch-Out and the first Metroid came out. That Metroid really yeah. Yeah. I remember going over somebody's house and they had the regular Metroid for the regular Nintendo. And man, I must have played that game, man, for like 8 hours, man. Trying to figure out where to go to get what next. I said, man, this is a cold game right here. What this called? My cousin had it. He said, it's called Metroid. I said, man, this is a nice game right here, man. And apparently, I wasn't the only. Now it's one of the hugest franchises. Yeah. You understand me? You understand me? And that was part 1. And man, I said, man, I know a good game, man, when I see a good game, man. And I didn't even know what it was. I know he had it and I was playing it. And we used to have we used to know this guy's name was Chris. And back in the days, this guy had every game you could imagine. Physical. for the Super Nintendo, the regular Nintendo, the Sega Genesis. He had the whole library physical. The Super Scope 6, the Power Glove. He had everything, man. I mean, every game you could. He complete libraries. I wonder what happened. I wonder where that guy is today. But man, I'm gonna tell you something. Back in them days, he was legendary. You go over his house, he had everything you can. He had stuff you ain't never heard of. Yeah, his name was Chris. I'll never forget him. He introduced me to a lot of new games that I had left off, like I said, from gaming. And when I left off gaming with the ColecoVision, with the Atari 2600 or 5200 and the ColecoVision. I returned to gaming when the regular Nintendo came out. Yeah, I don't really know what year that was, man. But in Metroid, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, the original Mario Brothers was out, which has always been a hit. Yeah, it's crazy. Tell you the truth, I didn't know about Mario Kart. I really found out about Mario Kart when the Nintendo 64 came out. And Mario Kart had been a hit on the regular Nintendo and the Super Nintendo. I never played them versions of Mario Kart. I always played F-Zero. You know, it was a hover racer. You understand? I missed Mario Kart on the regular Nintendo and the Super Nintendo. Now, when the 6.4 came out, they came out with a special. That was one of the greatest versions of Mario Kart. I had never played it. And I remember when I first played it, I was like, man, this game just like the games. This game just like the hovercraft racers, but you just got Mario now. Because you got the same type weapons. Because all of them, I don't think F-Zero even, I don't think F-Zero had any weapons. Yeah, F-Zero was a hover racer that was a famous hover racer by Nintendo. I don't know, they even made an arcade game, F-Zero GX, F-Zero AX is the arcade game, and F-Zero GX is for the GameCube, the same game. Matter of fact, there was a memory card for the GameCube that you could take and put in the arcade AX and pick up from where you left off on the GameCube's version. And I think this arcade hardware was called Triforce. We have both of those games on the Hyperspan drive. Yeah, we gotta get that thing going, man. I got both of them. And then, to tell you the truth, I got the arcade version of Mario Kart that never came to a HomeSense console on the Hyperspan drive. Part 1 and Part 2, you would only see this Mario Kart in arcades. You understand? It's got Pac-Man in it. It's got characters that ain't in no Mario Kart. And I think Bandai Namco, Nintendo, and somebody else, I forgot who the other company is, all three, and it was like three people's on that Triforce hardware with that F-Zero AX. It was Nintendo and somebody else. A couple of companies went in, and man, that machine was that machine's still famous to this day, man. There's people that got those machines in their house, and that was an expensive arcade machine. I think that thing cost like $25,000 when it first came out. That arcade machine, you understand me? It's another game by Nintendo that was a hit. The motorcycle, futuristic motorcycle racer called Extreme G. I was down with the first Extreme G from the Nintendo 64, but I missed the whole GameCube version of Extreme G. I have it on the Hyperspan drive, though. I didn't even know the game came out for the GameCube. You understand me? Yeah, because I missed that whole episode of Extreme G. Man, and then I think it came out for the PlayStation. I don't know how they got the license to that, because that was a Nintendo. Unless Nintendo released the license to them or something. I don't know how that happened, man. I missed that whole era, man, right there, man. You know what I mean? Because I probably was playing fighting games or stuck on a different type of games. Yeah, but in them days, video game equipment was so expensive. You were lucky to have two systems, if not one. You know what I mean? that stuff was expensive in them days, man. The regular Nintendo and them cartridges to that Nintendo was, man, the price of gaming today way cheaper than it was back in the day. Cause back in the day, systems cost, man. Yeah, system cost, man. Yeah, it okay. It would seem like it wouldn't, but the value of money has declined. Okay, I seen the regular Nintendo when it first came out probably was $180 to $200. That's a lot of money in 1987. That's a lot of money. Each cartridge is like $50-something. That's a lot of money in them days. The equivalent today to about $400 for the system and about $80 a game. You see what I'm saying? That stuff was expensive, man. Real expensive back in them days. The money ain't the same, man, no more. The money value has declined. You understand me? I remember when the Sega Saturn came out, it was $750. Back in 98? That was a lot. It was a lot. I bought it for I remember $712 I paid for that. The Panasonic 3DO was $512. I remember buying both of them systems, man, and I remember having to go get a loan to get them. Man, yeah. And I remember being in debt for about a year or two after buying them. I got out of it, you know what I mean? I paid them off, but that was an expensive time, man. If you were playing games, if you were gaming. Yeah, that was, the games were, I ain't gonna even talk about the Neo Geo system. This is system, the cartridges was $200 to $199. That's the lowest you could get a game for the Neo Geos. $199.99 for one game. Most of the games were $250 and above. And the system was $500 or $600. Yeah. Like I said, and back then, that was probably over $1,000 just for the system. Yeah, back in them days. Yeah, the equivalent of money to the day. Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. Yeah, it was expensive to game back in the days, man. You understand me? Yeah. It's much cheaper today than it was when I first started gaming, man. I remember the regular Nintendo, man, that was an arm and a leg. The Super was an arm and a leg. When it hit, I think the Super Nintendo was $250, but when it $250 then was $450 or $500. Yeah, so the equivalent of money to this day. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, and the money value. I'm gonna tell you something to let you know how expensive that was. Minimum wage when these systems were released was $3.35. $3.30. That was minimum wage. $3.35. So today, what's minimum wage? $12? $13? Yeah. You wasn't getting them as much as money back then for working as you do in today's society. You know what I mean? So that should let you know. Yeah, minimum wage. That was if you was making minimum wage. It was $3.35 an hour. Yeah, man. Yeah. And I remember when it was lower than that. Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. So you're not making as much as money as you make in the day. And the dollar had a lot more value than it does today. Yeah, things are not as they were. You understand me. I was talking to somebody about that the other day, man. I was like, can you believe that minimum wage, if he was my age, I was like, can you believe that minimum wage is $13 to $14 an hour now? He was like, man, I remember when I first started working, minimum wage was $2 and something. Then it went to 335. I'll never forget when it went to 335 because we thought we had got a big, huge, you understand me? And man, yeah. Yeah, I was like, man, can you remember when we made 335 an hour? Oh my God, and was happy? You did! You understand me? Yeah, because that was standard, man. That was standard back in the days, man. Minimum, man, 335. You understand me? And if you was making that, you was legendary. You understand me? At factory, or it don't matter where you work. If you was lucky enough to work at a factory and was making $4 or $5, I remember $5 was off the chain. If you was making $5 an hour back in them days, you was doing something real big. You understand me? Wasn't no $10 and $8, $9 back in them days, man. Yeah, wasn't none of that. That was, yeah, unless you was an executive in downtown in one of them skyscrapers. And you probably wasn't making that then. But yeah. And that was the only way you making that type of money, yeah. It's crazy, man. Now I know people make $22, $23 an hour like it ain't nothing, you understand me? Not then. Not in the day I'm talking about. You understand me? I can see a lawyer making like $14 or whatever he charged now. You understand me? But if he working about an hour, I can see people's making like 14. Them type high class type, rich type people making like what, $8, $9 an hour back in them days. You understand? You was doing spectacular at $8, $9 an hour. You was doing spectacular. Because if you made any more than that, the taxes would eat up your check. You understand? They're gonna let you make too much money because the taxes, you're gonna end up owing the government more money than you making. So yeah. You couldn't have got paid too much more than minimum wage because you're gonna end up paying them. Yeah, who wants to pay them? Yeah, you did. You understand me? Yeah. Even if you could make that much more, you wouldn't. If you were smart, you didn't do it because you already know the outcome. You good all the whole year, but at the end of the year when them taxes come out, you understand me? You owe them. You understand me? Big money. You understand me? Yeah. Yeah, we let you ride all year. In that Cadillac. It's time to pay the piper. You did. You understand me? Yeah. Crazy, man. Government gonna get theirs, man. I don't care what you doing. You understand me? You better have a license to be doing it. So they get their money out of it. If they can't get no money out of it, you gotta quit what you doing. You understand me? Especially if you making some money and they can't make no money. And they can't tax you on it. Oh my God, yeah, y'all already know how that goes, man. You come up with a plan, they'll make something to stop you. You understand me? It's crazy, man. Yeah, you better have a license. You can go set up a snow cone shop right now. They ain't gonna hardly say too much to you when you first set it up. Start making a lot of money though. Here they come. You got a license? Now they want to know, and they was buying them too. But now they want to know somebody done told them, hey, go over there and cut that out, man, because we ain't making no money off that. You understand me? Somebody done told them, you understand me? Go over there and put a stop to that. Make sure they got their license, you understand me? And if they do, yeah, we want to holler at them at the end of the year. You did! Okay, fam, we got done with the half that we was trying to get done with. You did! Look at that Metroid dread coming out for you, understand me? Yeah, it's crazy in the Commander Man Center, you understand me, on that Metroid dread, on that makeup anime Monday night on a Tuesday night. You did, you understand me? Look, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me, man. You understand me? For a little while. It wasn't nothing else to do anyway, and it's hot, yeah, outside. You understand me? Yeah. So, like I said, we're gonna return tomorrow night, first-person shooter night, with our first-person shooter engineer guy. Our money in the building. Ain't no telling what they got in store for us. Back-to-back days with spectacular command center acquaintance. You understand me? Yeah. So, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thumbs up. thumbs down, y'all know the rest. You understand me? And we are out of here. Holla!